Hello, my friends. Welcome back once again to an episode of K-Paul Talk with kpaulcoaching.com. Life, recovery, fitness. Woo! I love those three things in my life, and that's what my coaching system is all about. Welcome to day 3 of my 90-day series. 90 mini workshops in 90 straight days. Woo! Do I have a lot to share with you guys? So, Monday was life coaching with finding your passion and your purpose. Yesterday was mastermind workshop, and that is to find your confidence. And today and every Wednesday, it's Addiction Wednesday. Tomorrow, Thursday, is going to be Recovery Thursdays. And Friday, woohoo, Fitness Fridays. So every Friday I'll be talking about fit tips and nutrition tips and exercises, and you're going to be seeing me doing specific routines and illustrations, talk about nutrition, the science of foods, all those things on Fridays. And then weekends, weekends is a free-for-all. You never know when I'm going to pop up on Facebook Live, and you never know what my topic's going to be. But I will be on air Saturdays and Sundays. So it's going to be every single day, guys, for 90 straight days. This is going to be amazing, called K-Paul Talk Series. And so I'll dive right into today's topic. Again, today is Addiction Wednesday. And the topic today is 7 daily steps to reach your higher self and to stay sober. Woo, isn't that what it's all about, guys? For those of you, my friends, my family in recovery, struggling with addiction, to stay clean and sober. To get clean and sober, stay clean and sober. But these tips today, the 7 tools, the 7 steps today, can apply to any and everyone. Not just those who are in recovery or those who are struggling in the world of addiction, being clean and sober. It's not just for this, for everybody. Because these 7 steps can help elevate everyone from a lower self to your higher self. Lower self to higher self. And I'm going to have a whole workshop describing and explaining the higher and lower self within all of us. But today I'm going to dive right into the 7 elements. So you might want to, if you're taking notes, write this stuff down. This will be posted all day long. You can actually just follow along and write up these steps, because this is very, very powerful things. These are things that I followed in my journey in recovery. Most of you listening to this or watching this know that, I'm coming up on 11 years clean and sober. I did fall into massive addiction. I actually talked about it in my book, again, Power from Pain. There's a free copy. Just go to my website, kpaulcoaching.com, and get your free download, Power from Pain. So I talked about my whole story of addiction in that book, going from the very heights of being Mr. Colorado and world ranked bodybuilder and movies and autographs and photo shoots and all the magazines, all the things that I did, to fall into the deep darkness abyss through a car accident, broken neck, massive alcohol addiction, drug addiction. I was drinking almost a gallon of vodka a day. I was popping 20 pills at one time. I was hooked on Xanax and everything else you can imagine, guys. So I was screaming out to God to help just allow me to die. And every time I would wake up from a blackout, I literally would pretty much curse his name that I woke up. I did not want to live. I wanted to die. End of story. That was my mission, was death. And by the grace of God, of course, a big intervention happened as I was in the pursuit of suicide, taking action to kill myself. A big intervention happened with my parents and Highway State Patrol, local police, the whole thing. It's an incredible story. You can download again my book on my website, kpaulcoaching.com, and just go ahead and click the download of my book, and you can get a whole copy and read the whole story. Okay, so obviously a lot of you guys know that I am in recovery. Okay, so if I can get clean and sober, anyone can get clean and sober. But there are 7 steps that I took that are very important. And they're still important to me to this day, over a decade later, of being clean and sober. So, again, this is so crucial for anyone trying to elevate up. So ready here it is, step 1. Step 1 for all of us to reach our higher self. for all of us to help to stay clean and sober. Number one, when you wake up in the morning, drop down to your knees and pray. Step one is prayer. Whoever, whatever your higher power is, which I'll be talking about how to find a higher power in future episodes of K-Paul Talk. So don't worry, that's coming. But for the sake of this, just pray to whatever it is that you believe in. Whatever higher power that is. It could be the power of the universe. It could be the ocean, which is just outside my door. It could be anything that is your higher power. It can be God himself. It can be Jesus Christ. It can be Buddha. Whatever it is that is your higher power. Whatever your higher power is. I'll make that very, very clear. It's very important to get plugged into something. A power greater than me. I must drop down and just pray up to it on my knees, just saying, God, please help me to stay clean and sober today. Please help me to relieve me of the bondage of myself. Help me to serve others. Help me to get out of myself and help me to do the right next thing today in my life. So pray to help stay clean and sober. Or if you're not struggling with addiction today, whatever your struggle is, and we all have struggles. It's called being a human being, living the human experience on earth. So whatever it is you're struggling with, get on your knees and pray to God to help you overcome the struggle, or help have the strength to get through it, or to have the wisdom and clarity to find the solution surrounding it, right? I like the saying, control the controllable, give the rest to God. So God, please give me clarity as to what can I control today in this problem, in this issue, in this struggle, in this storm, that I can take action to overcome, control the controllable, and God, I'm going to give the rest to you. Call the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the wisdom to change the things I can, right? So, and what those differences are. So it's very important to really control the controllable, give the rest to God. So step number one is prayer. Get on your hands and knees and pray. Step number two is to get some reading material. I like to do it over a cup of coffee after I pray. Put maybe some soft music on, maybe some incense, whatever's a nice environment, and get a positive reading material. Again, you can download my book and read my book in the morning. You can get prayer meditations. You can get Jesus Calling. You can get all kinds of prayer material, Joel Osteen, or you can get some Buddha, or whatever it is that's your thing. Get some meditation input into your mind. Start to intake positive elements to help reach from our lower self to our higher self. Hey, let's face it. Being a human being, when we wake up in the morning, we're powerless over the first thought. I believe that. But we do have power over the second thought. But, I don't know why this is, guys, but for whatever reason, our first thought, being human beings, is always negative. Usually always negative. You know, a stagnant mind, right, that's just being stagnant is a negative mind by nature. We are negative beings by nature. We have to work to be positive. We have to work to be a mastermind. We have to work to be a warrior. We have to work to be a champion. That's why I'm doing this series, because my mind, left to my own devices, will be in the dark abyss of negativity, addiction, and death. I have a mind that fights against me every day. We all do, okay? So that's why I have to read something positive every single morning. Actually, I have it right here. This is part of my reading material that I actually do every single morning. So this is called 24 Hours a Day book. I read this every single morning, guys. I actually got this in treatment when I was in rehab over a decade ago in Parker, Colorado. So I read this every single day. I have some other materials. It might be the big book. It might be Jesus Calling. It might be the Bible. Maybe whatever. To get some positive intake into your mind. Oh, I also have something here for those of you that are open to this idea. It's actually called the Life Recovery Bible. Life Recovery Bible. So it's really cool to combine the 12 steps of recovery into the scripture. So that's actually really, really good too, guys. But there's all kinds of things. Whatever is your thing, right? Again, if you don't believe in any of this, if you don't believe in that kind of higher power, choose whatever higher power, but get some positive things into your mind. So that's step two, is reading. Reading positive material into your spirit, into your mind, to go from a lower self, take one step towards the higher self, okay? Step number three, write down on paper 10 things you're grateful for. Right? I've done a workshop previously on gratitude. It's also a part of my mastermind program at kpaulcoaching.com. If you purchase this program, it's one of my video series, and the whole thing is about gratitude. 16 steps in my mastermind program that you can purchase today at kpaulcoaching.com. But gratitude is step 3, to write down 10 things that you're grateful for in your life. I don't care what it is. It could be that you had a bed to sleep in. It's that you have shelter today, that you're going to eat today, right? That you can see today, that you can move today and exercise. Whatever it is, come up with 10 things, very basic, that you're grateful for. Write them on a piece of paper and say them out loud. Do not think them. Do not read them. You have to say them out loud. Crucial. And I'm going to do a whole workshop on the power science of voice, going back into your own earlobe, into your eardrum, and the brain chemistry that happens by sound of receiving words, saying out loud. That's a whole other workshop that I'll be doing on K-Paul Talk later on in this series, but not today, okay? Just trust me, when it works, it works. You must say it out loud. 10 things you're grateful for. Okay, so that's 3. 4, I want you to make what's called 3 sober contacts every single day. 3 sober contacts every single day. So it's going to the meetings and you get names and numbers. If you're a woman, women's names and numbers. If you're a man, men's names and numbers, right? Don't be doing none of that stuff, getting chicks' numbers and say, hey, baby, how you doing? I'm just using you as my sober contact today. How are you? No. Wrong motive, right? Wrong motive. Men call men, women call women for their sober support. So if you're not in recovery, you're not dealing with addiction, make 3 phone calls of like-minded people. Like-minded people. Maybe you're really striving to be a more spiritual person, or more whole person. Maybe you're trying to have better relationships, higher finance. Whoever it is in your life that you're seeking a breakthrough, a mastermind breakthrough in your life, whatever your bondage is, call the support. Call them and just say, hey, I'm just checking in today. I'm doing a new program called K-Paul Coaching. I'm just making some suggestions, and I'm just going to make 3 calls just to get connected. Get connected, get your support, so we don't feel that we are alone battling our battles. It's very important that we don't have the sensation and the perception of aloneness in this battle. Make those 3 phone calls a day for your support, okay? So number 5 is get yourself to a meeting. If you're in recovery, if you're in addiction like myself, in recovery of addiction I should say, get yourself to a meeting, a support meeting, a recovery meeting. Get yourself into the rooms, as we call it. I don't care what you have to do. You have to rearrange your schedule. You have to sacrifice income. You have to sacrifice some social time. Get yourself to a support meeting every single day, okay? So again, if you're not in recovery, not in addiction, go someplace that's not in your home, not in your workplace. I would suggest going to some room or get a schedule of some night meetings. It might be at a social event. It might be at your church groups. It may be a Bible study. It may be a men's group, a women's group. It may even be a golf outing or something once a week with your golf buddy. Something that gets you involved with community. Get you connected again with like-minded people. And that's why I'm creating mastermind groups with K-Paul Coaching, so we can all come together in a community. That's going to be meeting every Fridays on my private Facebook page. I'll talk about that later. So it's really important to get plugged in every day if you can. Again, if you're not in recovery, maybe just a couple times a week, some kind of a social group of like-minded people. Get plugged into community. Okay? Okay, next step. Step number 6. Woo, you know I'm a stickler on this. Exercise, my friends. You must exercise every day. I can't tell you how important it is. It drives me insane that we do not talk about the power of exercise in the essence of coaching, in the essence of masterminding, in the essence of recovery, addiction, in the rooms of recovery, rehabs, detox, counselors, therapists. Are you kidding me? For some reason, it's not talked about. It drives me nuts. The power of exercise is crucial for those of us in recovery, for those of us who are stuck in negative thinking and mindsets, who are stuck in a rut, right? I like the saying that motion creates emotion. Motion creates emotion. Motion to emotion. Does that make sense? That means we have to move, exercise the body. It changes our emotion. It changes our state. When we exercise at least 20 minutes a day, minimum 20 minutes a day of vigorous exercise. So if you only have time for 20, goodness, man, just get outside and jog for 20 minutes and come back, you're done. Whatever, something. You don't necessarily have to get to a gym or have to get to a yoga studio or whatever. Just get yourself moving. I don't care if you run stairs or something, walk around the block briskly, something. Get yourself moving at least 20 minutes a day. I prefer an hour. Ideally, it's an hour a day of exercise, but it's only 20 minutes, okay? So the brain chemistry, again, I'll talk about this on Fitness Fridays, about the science of exercise with our brain chemistry, right? With our serotonin levels, our endorphin levels. It's biochemically proven. It's not a theory. It's not a good idea. It's not a philosophy. It's science, brain science. Remember, I am a kinesiologist of sports medicine. That is my degree, and nutrition. So I know about the science of the mind, science of the body. It's been proven in case studies what happens with the brain hormones, the brain chemistry when exercising can elevate our emotional and mental state, guys, right? The power of serotonin. Look, when we were drinking and drugging, that's why we were drinking and drugging. We were pinging most often our serotonin levels, making us feel good, euphoria. It was pinging brain chemistry. What do you think drugs and alcohol do? It changes hormones and brain chemistry for stimulation to me to feel good. Well, no more of that. That's going to kill us. Exercise, guys, helps to get us the same pinging, called pinging, of the brain and serotonin levels in our brain chemistry to make us feel, right? To help us feel good, relaxed. It helps me to calm my anxiety, helps to decline my depression. It helps me have a positive mindset. When I get to exercise, I have more creativity. I come up with better ideas. Wow, I have a solution for that problem. I didn't even think of that solution. I exercise, I have a solution. I feel calmer. I get goosebumps right now talking about this because this is so powerful. Must exercise every single day and eat properly. Tune in again, guys. Tune in to Fitness Fridays, and I'll talk about fitness, nutrition, exercise, and more in details about this step, which is step 6 each day, okay? So that's exercise, right? Step 7. Step 7, when the day is over and you did all these action steps, the previous 6 steps, you did every single day. Ooh, was that a champion day for you and for me? What a great mastermind day of addiction and recovery if you did all those 6 things, right? Number 7, drop to your knees before bed and say, God, thank you. Thank you, God, for giving me the strength, the endurance, the clarity, the wisdom to do all the right action steps today. Thank you for being with me and protecting me and giving me strength and clarity, and to all the people that you surrounded me today. Thank you. And it wouldn't hurt to do the gratitude list one more time before bed. Just say out loud 10 things again on your list you have written down on paper, those 10 things that you're thankful for, just to get you in a good, positive state, a place of gratitude, a place of love, right? What is the opposite of fear? Again, that's going to be another topic about what fear is. False evidence appearing real. What is the essence of fear? The base root of all of our problems. The opposite of that is love, right? So how do I get into a state of love? I say out 10 things I'm grateful for and say, God, thank you for all the things I did today to stay clean and sober, or to help overcome that obstacle that I'm struggling with. Okay? So today is Addiction Wednesdays. Yes, the emphasis is addiction. I'm going to talk about all different topics of addiction on Wednesdays. But again, this applies to everybody. I don't care if you're listening to this or watching this today and you're not in addiction. You're not an addict. You're not an alcoholic. That's okay. These 7 things can work for you also. These are universal tools and tips that works for all mankind, all human beings, because we're all made the same. Are we not all made the same? Some of us just have an addict gene, alcoholic gene. So us who are in recovery must take a little bit more action than normies, as we call them out there. We call you normies out there if you're not an addict, right? All right? So we don't have the privilege or the ability to be in certain places or to consume chemicals, mind-altering substances, and all those other things. I'll talk about in future episodes on Wednesdays. I'll be talking about that more and more and more about those things. But guys, again, we are all biochemically, we are wired. We have all the same flesh, blood. We all have fears. We all want love in our life. We all want security in our life, right? We all want to be abundant. We all want to be useful. We all want to have value. We want to be valued. Guys, just think about this, right? All of mankind, we're all wired the same, right? We all just want love and success and abundance and to be valued in the world, don't we all? So let's just all get along. Let's all love one another. Please share this video. Guys, please share this video. Right there on your news feed, just click share. Please get your other friends to watch this. Encourage them to, hey, let's call it the 7-step challenge. How about that, right? If you're not currently doing these 7 steps in your life every single day that I talked about in today's episode, let's call it a 7-day challenge. Reach out to your friends and say, hey, watch this video. I'm going to challenge you to the 7-step challenge for 7 days, right? 7 and 7. 7-step challenge for 7 days. So I want to call you out right now, my friends. If you're watching this, who's up for it, right? I want some comments flowing right now in all the news feeds. I'm about 7 feet away from the camera, so I can't actually read the comments right now that are occurring, but there's a lot of comments right here. But if you accept my 7-step challenge for 7 days that was mentioned on this episode, I want you to reach out to me and say, Kent, I accept the 7-step challenge, 7 days. And then I want you to share this on your news feed. I want you to reach out to your friends. I want you to challenge them. Because this can help change all of our lives, guys. I'm telling you, it changed my life. These 7 things changed my life. I am still clean and sober today after a decade. And I told you at the beginning of this episode, again, you can read my whole story, Power from Pain on my website. Go to kpaulcoaching.com, kpaulcoaching.com, and download your free copy today. Guys, you can read my whole story. Believe me, if I can get clean and sober and live above addiction and darkness and suicide, so can you. I was as low as can be, guys. So we're all in this together. Let's help one another. That's why I'm doing these 90 workshops in 90 days called K-Paul Talk, right? K-Paul Talk series. So guys, I'm doing this for you. I really want to share this with you. This is my passion. This is my purpose. So please share this with your friends. So we're just all trying to help each other, and I'm trying to live out my purpose by helping you. So please share this, guys. Anyway, God bless you. And today was day 3. Tomorrow is Thursday, and so all Thursdays is going to be Recovery Thursday. I'm going to talk about topics in the essence of recovery and how to actually recover from what elements in life of broken and darkness and overcoming the essence of recovery. And then Fridays is Fitness Fridays, so tune in for Fitness Fridays and nutrition. And you never know what I might do over the weekends. Woo, it could be a wild weekends, guys. So God bless you. Make it a great Wednesday and live life better now.